All right, there's a movie coming out. Lorna wants to tell us about it. The Director of Advocacy and Outreach for the Children's Education Alliance of Missouri. Good morning, Lorna Kurdi.
Good morning.
How'd I do on the name?
The first time you messed up, the second time it was good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't encourage her. I need you to talk right into the microphone.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, what does the Children's Education Alliance of Missouri do?
Well, we're an education policy organization advocating for parents to have school choice for their children.
Okay, and what's this movie coming up?
The movie is called The Ticket, and it's basically a movie that helps people to understand what choice looks like in different ways. So the closest thing we've had here in St. Louis has been the school transfer law.
Right, which is a disaster.
Right. Except for the kids that are actually getting to choose to go to a quality school and receive a good education. So we like that. Our organization has been working last summer and continuing on this year to help parents understand their rights to choose, and then the paperwork process and all that good stuff.
Okay, so let's get to the ticket first. Where, when, how do we get tickets?
So the ticket is a DVD.
Okay.
We have a copy.
Okay.
And we're going to play it tonight at our office opening party, which is at 1310 Papin Street downtown, kind of over by the Purina building.
Okay, where can people find more information?
You can find more information on our website, which is seamteam.org, CEAM team, TEAM.org, or give us a call at 314-454-6544.
You can get a DVD that way through you guys, or?
Actually, I think you can get the DVD off the Tickets website. You can actually order it off their website, but we can connect you with that.
Gotcha. So you're going to show the movie tonight.
Right.
To help educate parents as to what their options are?
Yeah, so there's different kinds of school choice. So you have tax scholarship credits, you have inter-district choice, you have intra-district choice, charter school expansion, just the best ways to offer the most quality education to all parents.
Right.
So multiple different choices.
Yeah. Normandy is interesting because it's sort of a microcosm of this whole school choice, which lots of people wanted school choice until the kids started coming into their school district. Then they weren't such big fans of school choice.
Actually, from about 95% of the parents that we've been working with have had such an amazing experience with the community that have received them, and the teachers and the social workers in those districts.
So the kids who were transferred out of Normandy and Riverview into Francis Howell and wherever else they were going to, yes, Kirkwood as well.
Yeah.
It's been an overwhelming success.
Yeah, I mean, from our experience, all the parents that we've talked to that we helped through the process have all given us really great positive feedback.
What about the parents of the kids who were already at the school?
I mean, they seem to be supportive. I know in the beginning it seemed kind of shaky. People weren't really sure, but I think that all calmed down really quickly when they realized that these kids are just wonderful kids that are trying to get educated. Right. So
all I have to do is pay for it.
Well, Normandy's paying the bill so far.
So far. Until the end of the month.
Right.
Until the end of the month, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, and we have to put pressure on the legislature about that. So we actually have had some groups of parents go to Jeff City and talk to the legislators about how important choice and the transfer law has been for their children.
So I'm sorry, Kelly, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, I know that the Normandy has hired a lobbyist.
Yeah, multiple.
Now, what about you guys? Do you guys go to Jefferson City yourself and do your own?
Yeah, so SEAM is a 501c3, and then we have a sister organization, a 501c4, and that's the Children's Education Council of Missouri, and that is the organization that actually gets to lobby for particular bills and education reform policy that we are supportive of.
Normandy came under fire for hiring lobbyists to try and help them out of this.
They're going bankrupt and spending $120,000 on a lobbyist, so.
Well, but I defended Normandy because they have no other choice. They were a financially stable school district before, and because of the policies that they set down in Jefferson City, every single person that gets tax dollars lobbies Jefferson City. Why is it just Normandy's called out for it?
For hiring lobbyists?
Yeah.
Well, because they're going broke in the middle of the school year. I mean,
but it's not their fault.
But so don't you think that they should be creating quality education and not getting 11% in the MSIP 5 scores?
Well, yeah, but they shouldn't be spending the majority of their funds sending kids to Kirkwood.
Well, yeah, they didn't have an option there.
Well, that's what.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so you can't blame Normandy for that.
Well, nobody's really blaming Normandy. I think that the only reason why I am blaming Normandy is because they've been provisionally credited for 20 years, lost their accreditation, and now the sky is falling.
Do you think the Normandy
should have been falling for 20 years?
Do you think the Normandy school district is the teachers are that bad, and the administrations are that bad, and the desks are that bad, and the Ladue teachers are that much better, or is it what comes in the door?
I think it's a combination of all different things.
You think that if you just changed and traded the entire Ladue High School and traded it to the Normandy High School and sent the Normandy teachers to Ladue, the test scores would switch as well?
I think that teachers need to be. I don't think that all the teachers in Normandy are bad. I know for a fact that all the teachers in Normandy are not bad. So that I don't like when people assume that we are hating on teachers, because we are not. But what I do think is that teachers need to be held accountable. And if you are not properly prepared to teach the kids in Normandy, then you should go teach at a different school. I think that there are teachers out there that are perfectly capable of teaching the children of Normandy, and I would hope that we could get them to come and work in Normandy.
A one-size-fits-all system is comical to me, because
Absolutely.
you talk to the city of St. Louis schools. They have kids from 40 who speak 40 some odd different languages. That resource, or that drain on the resources, isn't needed in Ladue. So it's unfair to compare city schools to Clayton, Ladue, Parkway, because
Right.
it's a different world.
Well, I think another important. You just bring up another important point, and that's that we need some some transparency in the financial situation of these school districts, because they should be spending their money differently. All these school districts should be spending their money
So
differently.
there isn't transparency?
No. Can you pull up a budget and see how much they spent on ESL last year? St. Louis City? You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I haven't looked, so
Right.
I don't know.
It's incredibly hard. Desi has a very convoluted and difficult website to navigate. I'm pretty good at the internet, and I can't really find.
So are you saying all the school districts, it's hard to get their financials? It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter, not city or Clayton or
Right.
Ladue.
The AP did a sunshine request to find out about the $120,000 superintendent, or the $120,000 lobbyist from Normandy.
Right. I don't know. Normandy needs $5 million. They're spending
to stay open for
right,
the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year. They're spending $120,000 on lobbyists. How else do they spend this $5 million?
Well, what's really interesting also is that Riverview Gardens. Nobody's talking about Riverview Gardens.
Right.
That's because they've had like 3 times the amount of money in reserves that they should have, and that's why they're being able to stay open. But they're sending kids home without textbooks. So there's a lot of questions.
Well, so who's better off? Isn't Normandy better off than sending the kids home with books and not having the money?
Well, I don't think Normandy. All the kids were getting books in Normandy either.
But look. Normandy keeps getting criticized for hiring a lobbyist. The Missouri Chamber of Commerce hired Kit Bond.
You're going to talk to him later, right?
That's right.
You should ask him about it.
Well, but so why is it okay for them to hire Kit Bond?
Because they're not bankrupt and educating children poorly.
No. Where are they going to get the money? If they don't get it from Jefferson City, where are they going to get the $5 million?
Oh, so you're saying that you think that the lobbyist was hired just to get the $5 million to pay and finish the school year?
Well, Clayton hired lobbyists.
Well, sure.
So why wasn't Clayton criticized for hiring lobbyists?
Not bankrupt.
They're not bankrupt or inadequately
but
educating children.
But they're not. They are educating children.
Not inadequately.
I disagree with your premise, because what comes through the door is differently in Normandy than in Clayton.
All kids can learn.
I'm not saying the kids can't learn. I'm saying that it's not solely the teacher's responsibility.
Yeah,
that's 1/3 of the equation.
Yes,
and the other 2/3 are the parents and the family and the socioeconomic background they come from.
Sure.
Okay, so if that's the sense, Normandy is. Look at Normandy's tax base. Look at Normandy's property taxes. Look at it's nowhere near as successful as Clayton.
Normandy actually pays higher property taxes percentage-wise than Clayton does.
Look, look, you're gonna argue with me that the same kid walks into Normandy school that walks into Clayton school?
I just think all kids. I think all kids can learn, and
I'm
all
not
kids
say-
have the should have the
I agree
access
with
to
you.
it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But the kid who's walking in, whose parents are working 3 jobs,
Right.
doesn't have the same benefits as the kid whose mom stays home and
Totally.
reads to the kid every night.
Yeah, you're absolutely
and let me check your homework, and let me check this. The parent in Normandy can't do it because they're taking 3 buses to get to a job.
You're exactly right.
So what walks into the door in Normandy is different than what walks in the door in Clayton.
But the only thing that we as a society have control over are the teachers and the administration, because that's where our tax money is going to fund their positions.
Look, it's a convoluted and very difficult.
You're absolutely right.
and there are no right answers. My only point is this, and we got to go. But where do you want Normandy to get the $5 million to finish the school year? Who's giving them? Who's going to give them $5 million?
I just really don't want those kids to have to stop going to school in the middle of the year.
Okay, well then
I think
you
that's
should then
awful.
applaud Normandy for taking $130,000 to try and get the $5 million.
I will not applaud them.
Where should they get this $5 million from?
We're talking about a crisis situation.
Yeah, you're
Right. Where do you want them to get the money from?
I'm just concerned about the kids.
I am too.
Right.
I am too, and I don't want the kids to be kicked out 2 weeks, 2 months before graduation. Where should they get the money from?
I'm hesitant to really believe that they're going to run out of money at 5.
You don't believe them?
At April. Yeah, because they keep on pushing it back and the money gets less and less.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Lorna Kurdi, who was fantastic. You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
Way
The
to,
hot seat.
way to bring it. That's what I'm talking about.
Next time I'll bring boxing gloves.
The ticket is when and how do we get tickets to the ticket?
Tonight you can come and see the ticket at our headquarters, which is downtown St. Louis, 1310 Papin Street. Give us a call, 314-454-6544.
Lorna, thanks for coming in. Always a
Thank
pleasure.
you for having me.
7:30,
Thank you.
quick traffic, weather, and then news. Big 550.